Once again, welcome all to this channel. Just a few kilometers away from timeless ghats of Varanasi lies a place where silence once spoke louder than words. A place where a single sermon changed the spiritual direction of the world. This is Sarnath, the land where Lord Buddha set the wheel of Dharma in motion. Today, Sarnath feels calm and unhurried. Prayer flags flutter softly in the wind. Monks walk in quiet reflection, and ancient ruins stand bathed in sunlight, telling stories older than 2000 years. But long before it became an archaeological site, Sarnath was the birthplace of a living philosophy, one rooted in compassion, wisdom, and the search for truth. After attaining enlightenment under the Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya, Gautama Buddha did not immediately begin to teach. For weeks, he remained in contemplation, wondering whether the truth he had realized could even be explained. Finally, moved by compassion, he decided to share his understanding with others. He walked all the way to this very place, then known as Isipatana, the deer park. According to tradition, this forest was a sanctuary where animals lived without fear. It was here that Buddha met his five former companions who had once practiced severe penance alongside him. Initially doubtful, they were soon recognized the transformation in him. And here in Sarnath, Buddha delivered his first sermon explaining the Four Noble Truths and an Eightfold Path. With this teaching, Buddhism was born, and the Sangha, the monastic community, came into existence. This moment, known as Dharmachakra Pravartana, makes Sarnath one of the holiest places in the Buddhist world. Over the centuries, Sarnath grew into a flourishing center of learning, meditation, and art. Kings and emperors from different dynasties supported its development. Among them, none was more influential than Emperor Ashoka of the Mauryan Empire. In the 3rd century BCE, Ashoka embraced Buddhism after witnessing the horrors of war. He transformed from a conqueror into a messenger of peace and built stupas, monasteries, and pillars across India. Sarnath became one of the most important centers of his spiritual mission. From the Mauryas to the Guptas, from the Kushanas to later rulers, each era added layers to Sarnath's history. What we see today is the result of nearly 15 centuries of continuous spiritual and architectural evolution. At the heart of Sarnath stands the majestic Dhamek Stupa. Rising about 43 meters high, it marks the exact spot where Buddha delivered his first sermon. Originally constructed by Ashoka and later expanded during the Gupta period, the stupa combines solid stone at the base with brickwork above. The carved stone bands around it feature floral and geometric designs that reflect both artistic beauty and symbolic depth. As you walk around Dhamek Stupa today, you will notice monks and pilgrims moving clockwise in silent prayer. There is a profound stillness here, as if the echoes of Buddha's words still linger in the air. Not far from Dhamek Stupa lie the remains of the Dharmarajika Stupa, believed to be one of the earliest stupas built by Ashoka to enshrine Buddha's relics. Although much of it is now destroyed, largely due to treasure hunting in the 18th century, the site holds immense historical value. Archaeological excavations confirmed that sacred relics were once housed here, making it a focal point of devotion in ancient times. Even in ruins, Dharmarajika Stupa reminds us of Ashoka's devotion and the early spread of Buddhism across the Indian subcontinent. One of the most iconic symbols associated with Sarnath is the Ashoka Pillar. While the pillar itself stands broken, its crowning glory, the lion capital of Ashoka, was discovered here. The four lions standing back to back represent strength, courage, and vigilance. Beneath them runs a circular base adorned with animal figures and Dharma Chakra. This is very sculpture was later adopted as the national emblem of India, and Ashoka Chakra now proudly sits at the center of the Indian national flag. What began as a message of moral governance in ancient India continues today as a symbol of the nation's ideals. Close to the ancient ruins are the remains of Mulagandha Kuti, believed to be the place where Buddha stayed during his first rainy season after enlightenment. Next to it stands the modern Mulagandha Kuti Vihar, built in the 20th century. Inside, beautiful murals painted by Japanese artists narrate the life of Buddha in vivid detail. Daily prayers and chants fill the hall with sense of living spirituality, bridging ancient wisdom with modern devotion. Scattered across the site are the foundations of ancient monasteries, once home to hundreds of monks. These viharas were not just residences but also centers of education, meditation, and philosophical debate. Sarnath played a vital role in shaping Gupta period Buddhist art, especially Buddha images depicted in the Dharmachakra Pravartana Mudra. These sculptures, known for their serenity and perfect proportions, influenced Buddhist art across Asia. Many of these masterpieces are preserved in the Sarnath Archaeological Museum, one of the India's oldest site museums. By the 12th century, repeated invasions led to the destruction of monasteries, and Buddhism gradually declined in India. Sarnath fell silent, buried under centuries of neglect. It was rediscovered in the 19th century during British archaeological surveys. Careful excavation brought its history back to light, restoring Sarnath to its rightful place on the World Heritage Map. It is important to note Sarnath is one of the four major Buddhist pilgrimage centers. First one being Lumbini, where Buddha was born. Second being Bodh Gaya, where Buddha attained enlightenment. Third, Sarnath, where Buddha gave his first sermon. Last one being Kushinagar, where Buddha attained parinirvana. Thanks to its proximity to the historical city of Varanasi, reaching Sarnath is simple and convenient. By air, the nearest airport is Lal Bahadur Shastri International Airport, Varanasi, about 30 kilometers away. By train, Varanasi Junction is well connected to major Indian cities. From there, Sarnath is just a 30-minute drive. By road, Sarnath is easily accessible by taxi, auto rickshaw, or local buses from Varanasi. Sarnath offers accommodation for all budgets. Budget and mid range hotels are available near the archaeological site. Guest houses and dharmshalas run by Buddhist monasteries are available too. Luxury hotels in Varanasi are available, ideal if you prefer more comfort. Staying in Varanasi allows you to experience both the spiritual energy of the Ganges and the calm serenity of Sarnath. Today, Sarnath is a global spiritual center. Monasteries built by Buddhist communities from Thailand, Japan, Sri Lanka, Tibet, China, and Myanmar surround the ancient ruins. Here, history breathes quietly. The past and present meet in peaceful coexistence, reminding us that true change begins within. As you walk away from Sarnath, the noise of the world seems to soften. What remains is a quiet awareness of history, of compassion, and of the timeless wisdom that once echoed through these deer filled grounds. Sarnath does not demand attention, it offers understanding. It reminds us that true change begins with clarity of thought and kindness of heart. In an age of constant movement and noise, places like Sarnath invite us to pause, reflect, and listen to ourselves and the deeper truths that connect humanity across centuries. Long after monuments fade from view, the message of Sarnath stays with us, gently guiding our steps forward. We try our best to bring you the stories from different travel destinations, stories that connect history, culture, and the human spirit. If this journey through Sarnath touched you, inspired you, or helped you see the world a little differently, please support our efforts. Please do like, share, and subscribe this channel.